Hi, everybody. Welcome to Stamping with Melva. I'm Melva Peters, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in British Columbia, Canada. And today I wanted to show you how I made this really pretty Happy New Year's card or New Year's card it was part of the Festive Friday challenges. So every second Friday, we post a challenge where we ask you to create a card using at least 3 items from the inspiration list. So this time the theme was New Year's Day. And the items on the list were sparkle, emboss, stars, rhinestone, black, silver, champagne, fireworks. I guess that's it, fireworks. Oh, no, fireworks 2022 and die cuts. It was a big of a long list. All things you'd expect to be seeing around New Year's Day or New Year's Eve. So I decided to create a card using embossing, stars, rhinestones, black, and silver. Kind of a fancy dress New Year's card. And so I want to show you how I put the card together and hope you'll make one too. All right, let me switch over to my desktop and we'll get started. All right, so here's my card. As I said, this is kind of a fancy dress. It's black and silver, things you'd expect to see around a fancy dress New Year's party. Not sure that's going to be happening for me this year, but anyway, you could see them. All right, I have used mostly the stitched star dies. So there's a whole bunch of different sizes of stars, plain stars, some more detailed stars. And then this is the one I really love. This is a kind of a whole pattern of swirls and stars that go together. So that's what I've used to create my stars. I have embossed it using the Tasteful Textile embossing folder. So that's, you probably can't really see the embossing, but this white is embossed. I've used this is pretty black. This is the glittered organdy black ribbon. So it's got some sparkle on it. I've got some rhinestones. And oh, for the sentiment, I couldn't find a Happy New Year, but I managed to, in the heartfelt wishes, there is and a Happy New Year. So I'll show you how I stamped this and then cut around it to just use Happy New Year for my card. As I said, I didn't find a stamp that I had that had said Happy New Year's. All right, so I have done this a little bit differently. This is a 4 1/4 by 11, and we're going to score this at 5 1/2. And just grab my bone folder. So this is the side I scored on. It's got the little indent. So I always fold towards the mountain or the bump. So I'll just fold that and give it a good burnish with my bone folder. So this is going to be landscape card, but booklet. So it's kind of long and narrow card. All right. So got that done. Now I've taken this is a piece of basic white. It is cut 4 inches by 5 1/4. Now all of the measurements and the written instructions are on my blog, and the link to my blog will be under this video. So you can go out there and get them if you miss it. So this is cut 4 inches by 5 1/4, and it's embossed using the Tasteful Textile embossing folder. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap some of this ribbon around. So I'm going to cut a piece that is probably about 7 inches long or so. And I'm just going to wrap this around and adhere it to the back using my Stampin' Seal. There we go. Fold it over. Let's go. Let's get it straight. There we go. Okay, so now that I've got my ribbon on, I can take and adhere this. And since I've got my Stampin' Seal in my hand, I will use it. So whatever your favorite adhesive is. So I'm just going to adhere this to my card front. There we go. Okay, and then I need just another piece of it. It's only about 3 inches long or so. And I'm just going to tie it around and create what I call a faux bow. So we're just going to tie a knot I might have been a little chintzy on my ribbon. I don't think that was quite 4 inches. There we go. I was going to trim it anyway, so, but it just gives you that little extra to be able to tie this. All right, so there's my faux bow. That just gives me a sense of where my stars can go once that's on. Okay. Let's trim this. Okay, so now I've gone ahead and cut out from these all over. I've used the black glitter paper that is in the July to December mini catalog. I've used the silver. This is the brushed silver from the silver specialty paper that is in the current mini. So I've cut out a large. This is the largest star, and then this is the second largest star? No, I think this one is. So I've cut out the largest star and the third largest star, and I'm going to layer those two together. And then I've cut out this great, I love this with the swirls and the stars. Now when you cut this out, you will have some stars. So some of my stars have come from this. Don't throw it out. So we're going to adhere the silver to the glittered star. Now I'm going to use the liquid glue for this just because I find that it adheres better to glitter than Stampin' Seal. So we'll just adhere that down. And then I'm going to adhere this on top. Now, what I probably should have done is used the adhesive sheets, and that way when this all peel the back off, it's got the adhesive on it, but I didn't. So we're just going to apply some liquid glue, just little bits. You don't need a ton, but I'm just going to put it in some spots so that it adheres down. Like that. And I'm using my silicone mat so that it doesn't get all over my grid paper, and then I have everything sticking. All right, so actually we're going to put that on after. We're going to put this on first. So we'll adhere this down. Again, I'm going to use my liquid glue. Like that. I might need a glue dot on there to hold it. All right, and then I'm just going to take this and adhere it. Just press it down so that it adheres. Yeah, I need a glue dot. I didn't get enough glue right to the edge of my star, my large star. So will you just tuck a little glue dot under this corner so that's not sticking up. There we go. Not sure what's happened to this bow. It's not wanting to. There we go. I don't know. Okay, so we've got that on and that on. That out of the way. Now I've cut some of these. These are the small stars, the smallest size of the stars that I've cut from using the stitch stars. And then I've got some of the smaller stars that came out of this detailed piece. So we're just going to take, and I'm going to use glue dots for these. Just seems easier. So I'm just going to, I don't know about you. I often, when I'm going to use glue dots, I often just take and apply them down the strip of glue dots. And that way, when I'm ready to put them on, they've got the glue dot on them, and they haven't gone missing. So I don't know if I'm going to use all of them, but we'll put glue dots on all of them. All right. Let's see how many. Maybe I'll use some for the inside of the card. All right, oops. Okay, so now I've got my stars on my glue dots. And I can just take my take your pick tool and lift them up. So we're just going to kind of randomly put these stars on my card. Use some of the smaller sizes. Oops, popping all over the place. There we go. There. I'll save those 3 big ones and I'll use them on the inside of my card. So then the last thing for the front of the card, well, second last, because we're going to use rhinestones too, is using this stamp that says "and a Happy New Year." Get a block. We're going to stamp it in Memento just on a, well, I say scrap, but I've got this piece of basic white, upside down, but that's okay. And then I'm going to just take and fussy cut around it. And I'm going to just go around the happy and cut off the "and a." So we'll fussy cut this. And so now I've got a sentiment that says "Happy New Year," which is perfect for the card. And we will use some mini dimensionals to pop that up. Oops. And take the backings off, and then we'll just put this right in the middle of my star. Now I've got another piece of basic white cardstock that I cut 4 inches by 5 1/4, and we'll just use these that I didn't use on the front of my card for the inside. There we go. Always decorate the inside of your card, and then we can adhere this. So this will go in here. I'm going to leave that blank. I just got the stars in it, and but I'll leave it blank and I'll write a sentiment. Now, the last thing I need are some rhinestones. So I've got my rhinestones here. And we'll just put some rhinestones. I think I want maybe 5. Need some bling. There we go. All right, that's the card. Wouldn't you love to get one of these in the mail? I just think it's so festive. Not that my husband and I do much for New Year's. We're not really the party goers, and definitely with COVID, we won't be doing anything. But even before that, we didn't really. But gee, getting a card like that in the mail would just be so much fun. Okay, hope you enjoyed that. Again, if you have any questions as you're making your card, or you didn't get any of the measurements, just pop over to my blog, and the written instructions and measurements are all there. If you have questions, either leave a comment under this video or on my blog, and I'm happy to answer them for you. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel so you get notified when I post a video tutorial or when I go live on YouTube. I hope that you'll join me. All right, everybody, thanks for joining me. Have a great day. Happy stamping. Bye.